Pulverize would immediately cancel roll. Nowadays, you can get a Lotus, and unless that interaction changed again, it will stop Pulverize, and you'll still...
Mid lane is dead even. Quite funny.
Yeah, like how do you beat each other out? You can't. I think it should actually... I think Slardar might be slightly favored just because... oh, hold that thought. Mid. Ooh, misses the onslaught. Might still be enough. The Lotus giving him a bit of heal. Not enough to stay alive. Hellscream with the slows on the Orb of Frost.
Lane, and you're trying to just reduce the healing. It's similarly, it's a similar idea against Shad. They actually break his. Well, there's a gank mid. They get the kill, but bottom lane Kadaro in some trouble. They have the onslaught, comes through, gets the kill here on Divine Llama. Blood Grenade actually barely off the mark, and that's the TP out. They got nothing left. That's a huge win for Shopify. Ward placed on the high ground there. Now they're bringing everyone top. The idea here being that 7-minute Wisdom Shrine Hellscream. Ooh, gotta get silence. He doesn't get the tricks off. Okay, Daze. Really nice play from him. Yamato gonna go aggressive, see if he can actually find a kill here on the Terrorblade. Gonna pressure this wave that could deward the top side, where they have that ward right near the lane, but for now they're gonna hold off. Fear comes out. The haste room picked up from Daze. Skem does have the leap to get away for now. He's gonna try body block, see if he can set up a kill here. Avalanche connects. Does he get in range for the toss? He does not, but he will toss the Marana in. Another arrow. He connects. You're kidding me. He mind gamed himself. Meanwhile, mid lane, the Pulverize here with the Ricky trying to finish off Stormflower, but there's gonna be a nice infest play from Shad to bail him out. Is gonna be the timing on this Blink Dagger from Tiny or the Slardar, right? Whichever one of these can come online first. Bottom lane, they're gonna make the rotation over, looking to get Daze. There's the onslaught through. They get the kill. The Deadshot connects as the Ricky trying to chase for more. He has one more Blink Strike. Should be able to slow Kadaro, but with the infest towards this tower.
Ancient Apparition came back, thinking about trying to defend
Pango's
this.
coming. Yeah, Pango's here. They get the silence, they scout it, and they just delete the Ancient Apparition. Nixa will get the Rolling Thunder off now. There is a Sunder at play. As they see another TP coming in from the Muerta, they're going to turn their attention back just towards Skem. They don't even kill him either.
Here long enough. In the end, he does get chased away, but that tower fell down to about the last 20%, so they can finish it off later. Ooh, good silence, but it might not be enough.
The Avalanche able to lock him down still to set up the arrow. They get the kill onto Slardar and a shield rune for Yopaj. This is a big rune. I was about to say that it's going to be nighttime. We'll see if they can connect on this gank. They're going to run right into the Muerta. Avalanche toss. Starstorm quickly removes her down. That's a Blink Crush coming in. The Ice Blast as well onto Yopaj. As Divine Llama goes right onto the backside, tries to take down Kadaro, gets the kill. You've managed to finish off the Tiny in the process, and this Primal Beast in a lot of trouble here. Just ping-ponged back and forth. This is where Slardar shines.
Slardar is pretty good versus these Invis heroes with the Crows of Haze, but the Pango, the extra swashbuckle, and maybe some of his own armor reduction from a lucky shot, pretty good.
Divine Llama, he's dead too.
Have gone towards OG's way, but before that, Shopify was doing pretty well for themselves. Oh my goodness. One bash, one hit. Some evasion coming into play there, but he will fall eventually. That is the nice thing about the smoke screen. Nope. Quick reactions.
Avalanche, toss, arrow, onslaught. Mixa dodges it. They're going to bail out. They know if they don't get their target right away, this Slardar is going to cause them too many problems, and well, Yopaj, he's in trouble. Big Avalanche toss onto 4, but the damage is not there to finish him off. And another kill for OG, evening out the kill score, 9-9. Yeah. It's another ward center on the other side of the tree line there, though, and it's giving them a lot of vision to play around, and they just jump right in. The BKB, the Pulverize, however, coming out into the arrow. They're trying to boss the Slardar down. He gets the onslaught through Daze. He's going to get trampled. Now Mixa here on this Pango does at least get them a trade onto the Ricky, but that is a really big fight win so far for Shopify. Yopaj jumps in, tries to find an Avatos, but
there's a ton versus these heroes that don't really want to buy MKB or Bloodthorn. They might have to eventually. Another fight going on. They're going to find Ancient Apparition. Shad gonna choose Hellscream, but you don't have the control for this. He's just going to jump away.
Yeah, I don't know if you can go into this. You actually popped the Rage already. Daze is probably in trouble if Yopaj wants to go for it. Great dead shot, actually. The Avalanche, as he tosses in an illusion, here it comes. He gets the kill. So another pick off onto the supports, and Shopify, well, they just used the meta. They're going to start knocking on the high ground. 1.5 for Shopify, so still very close game. They're smoked up, looking for a find. Hellscream's going to pop that smoke, gets dusted right away. The Avalanche does come through. Divine Llama instantly cancels the roll into a beautiful follow-up that Avatar's taking out the Slardar. Shad, however, sets up a really nice Ice Blast onto 2. The Tiny, as well as that Primal Beast, are going to go down. That's the scenario where, like, maybe you wish you had a 4-staff on the Tiny instead of the Yules. Kadaro going to go for these Lotuses, and he's dead for that. Orchid reveal here onto the Lifestealer. A big crush, though, coming in from the Slardar to try and bail him out. The Yules trying to hold him down. There's the Silence, the Atos, all these things being thrown. Meanwhile, they've caught the Muerta instead. But the fact that they haven't found a kill onto the Lifestealer, I think, is quite nice. Well, I say that. The Orchid Avalanche toss right on top of him. Ice Blast will come through. The Soul Burn will finish the job. Yamato, he needs us under. He's not going to get it. Mixa finishes the job. The Ice Blast once again shutting down Shop.
I don't think you really need it, though. You know, like, what are the saves that are coming out from the enemy team?
Oh, they get on top of Hellscream. He turns around, gets silenced up as well. Divine Llama trying to bail out his heroes here with this BKB, but he is in a lot of trouble. I don't know what is on the screen there. Something very weird.
In this time, Tomato's in that bottom lane. Tier 3 about to drop. Shad makes it just in time, so you get the Ricky, but you're slowly losing your base, and because Shad's had to leave, Shopify looking for anything they can find, they're going to get Daze. That might give them the window to now head straight over to Roche. Tomato has come back from that bottom lane. They're going to clear out some wards. Uh-oh.
Well, Ice Blast comes out. Nice setup there from Stormstormer. There's a ward in range of the ward on the high ground there. I actually don't know.
No, it wasn't. They just placed a new one.
Jump in, Avalanche, toss back. They get the Slardar protected by the smoke screen as they look to go in for more. The Aegis hits the deck, and boy, oh boy, that is not what you wanted from your Tiny. Now, that being said, Mixa in some trouble here, taking a lot of damage from this Terror Blade. Divine Llama with a good pulverize. The BKB is out, trying to chase down Daze. Skem able to leap away as Shad will be protected on his TP out. So you get Roche.
Situation, but it's very strong this game. It could be something they need to turn around some of these fights,
Pango.
but yeah, this...
Oh no, ward on the high ground, scouts his TP in, Atos is there, he's still alive somehow. He does not die, and the Ice Blast actually cleaves through a lot of them. Yamato is dead. Yopaj about to die as well. Taken down here to the Ice Blast. They've got the detection. Gets feared away. It's only a matter of time for Stormstormer gets this kill. He's got a Yules. He's looking for the target. In comes Divine Llama to try and slow these heroes down.
Hitting at that time. But the Pango just lived way too long. He had all the barriers from the shield crash. He has built a lot of armor. And they overcommit on him, like really wanting to finish the job. But because of that, everyone else has time to rotate in, get kills. They might now be able to find Daze.
Shad's in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, the silence, the calling. It's he needs to get a pulverize here, but he can't. The leap away. Ice Blast gonna come through. Does connect onto 2. It hits Divine Llama as well. He's gonna take out to this. Avalanche toss, however, does get the Lifestealer. I mean, that's a big win for Shopify. If Divine Llama doesn't die there, even better. But plus the Mantas. Shad really struggling to deal with these, and that will do it. Blink the pulverize onto this Lifestealer, and yeah, he can't survive. Kadaro dove here from Divine Llama as well. The Sunder comes out. I don't know who he deleted. It was Daze with that. That's it, but like, I don't know what you could do to save the Lifestealer if he gets caught in like a smokescreen pulverize. Oh,
what an
avalanche
aggressive
toss back
force
from
stab.
Yopaj. And Yopaj in a lot of trouble here. He's gonna die. Ice Blast comes through. Actually doesn't quite connect. Divine Llama, however, on the backside, trying to help finish off the Pangolier on his dying breath. It's gonna be so close. The Ice Blast might tick him down. Now he's gonna survive. But they keep Yamato alive. They get themselves the Mega Creeps. That's the big win here. As Stormstormer goes in with Shad, tries to find more. The Blood Thor doing so much work. He has a Sunder Yamato. He's not going to get a chance to use it. A nice commitment there from the Lifestealer as they try to find Hellscream. They will get him. Sentry comes out at the last second. Cold Feet procs. Still holds after not playing for years. Kind of just shows how dominant he was.
Yeah, 11 average kills is insane. Another kill being added here for Shopify.
That's a really good find. They're going to onslaught for more. Shad does get the rage off, but Yopaj, he's looking for him. The Avalanche will connect the toss back as well. He's going to try his best to heal here with the open wounds. And they're really kiting out the Lifestealer. They've got him. 2 massive kills all off the back of a Moonlight Shadow, and with no buybacks and Mega Creeps, this might be game over. Big blink into the smoke screen. The toss over Yamato's on top of Mixo. He's going to get the roll-up off, but he just pops the BKB. Those auto attacks will easily finish the job, and now the toss back as well onto the Lifestealer. GGs are done. Shopify will grab game number 1. Looking good from these guys.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I think Kunkka is like, he'll be fine. You know, like, you're not shutting down the Storm completely, and it's very difficult to kill Storm on your own unless he goes for an orc. Yeah, that's a cool trick that Coddle has. You can, because of the charge time, it's not like, oh, ooh, nice kill up top. It's not like you have to charge, you know, the whole time.
It's pretty much right away. Never mind. He's fine.
Yeah, they were trying to punish that. You never know how close your enemy mid is. They might go for this, though.
Yeah, Shackle, he's out of mana.
Where's
Stormstormer is going to need some help. The Torrent into the boat. It's going to connect, and they even get Kadara with it. Now, the question is, can they bail out Stormstormer? Coddle tries to give him as much mana as possible. The Soul Ring for the zip away, but Yopaj with a big Tiebringer crit. It's a 2 for 0 in the mid lane.
Why he was a support for a little bit, and why off lane sort of works. Boat coming in, Kadaro.
Into boat. Big cleave. I mean, that's an amplified damage on the Storm Spirit. Do they have shackles? They get the Hex. The shackle as well. Yopaj, you're really low, my guy. They will just go ahead and settle for Hellscream here. Foul play does proc, but they do manage to finish him off. And Morphling solo died bottom.
Maybe like 11 minutes. And that's when you start picking up the tempo on Shopify. Since the actual tower damage is kind of lacking for now.
The March comes out bottom. They're going to go for the X-Play here, potentially on the Mixa. There is a Sunder, and they do not want to commit heavily onto him as a result. Skem in some trouble here behind the tower as Yopaj, well, gets the cleave. Stormstormer is actually out of mana, but here comes the Keeper of the Light. Level 6 just joins them. Chakra Magic almost available. They get another Torrent. The Hex into the root, though, from this Medusa. Very nicely done, and now a long duration Shackles from Hellscream. They will get themselves 2 kills. They bring the numbers to punish OG for this one. A lot of damage into this tower with those Serpent Wars that they just picked up from that fight. Now they're going to bring Stormstormer back into the bottom lane here, but Yopaj showing up on the Kunkka might create too much of problems, but Mixa actually a great wraparound as he gets on top of Skem. Hellscream's going to go down first. Tinker is going to join him. A double kill for the Arcane Rune Storm Spirit. And he's not stopping. Looking to go in deep here. Try and grab Tomato. Torrent. Maybe going to buy him enough space.
Good play from them. Is it enough is the question. Especially as Shopify looking to sneak around.
Yeah, they see everyone coming in here. Does he have the ability to survive on Divine Llama? He will get the ult. That X and the boat from Yopaj should grab Shad. Does get the crit. Has that Blade Mail to protect him as well behind the tower. Shadow Shaman maybe sticking around a little bit too long, and now Storm Spirit out of mana. Only a momentary problem as it's about to be fully reset here from Daze, and with that, they will eventually chase down Yopaj. What a combo. 10,000 mana being used by Storm Spirit or something like that. I mean, not quite, but might as well be.
Some body blocks here.
Yeah, very nice Sunder. And that's one of the counters to the Medusa that's always nice. You burn her mana, but you never burn her health pool, so you always have a Sunder target.
He participated in so many kills. He's 3-0-6. He made a bunch of stacks, so he's getting XP from that too. Fast
We're gonna
Hex.
see them make another play here into the triangles. They just teleports in 2 heroes. And Hellscream can't survive this one. Look at themselves a nice kill, looking for more. The X and the boat, but the boat actually missing Stormstormer, pulled back into a Meteor Hammer. It does connect, but he's got so much mana. Actually, more mana than he started the fight with. He's just gonna go right back for more. Llama, luckily, very tanky on this Medusa, still has the Stone Gaze, and Yamato, well, I mean, he's gonna stand his ground for a second, but cannot do so into this Terrorblade.
They did manage to take all the tier 1s. Divine Llama is going to get found here. Looking pretty dead. There's a defusal on Mixa. Oh, well, with the immediate Stone Gaze, they actually back off for now.
They have X. There is a disruption that can save him, and Yopaj does hold it. The Torrent will connect into the boat. They get the kill. Stormstormer's in very far. He needs some help from Daze. The Shackles, though, have got him. You may have mana, but you need life. Yopaj, a great bait there off the X-Torrent. And we're starting to see Tomato on his Morphling once again. Push towards the top of the net worth. They're going to find Hellscream here in the trees. He gets a quick shackle, but the Roar gets rid of that Aegis, and there is no help coming in from Shopify. This is going to be a 4v1 Morphling in some trouble. Going to go for the TP out, but they've got a Yules as well. That's going to be 2 very nice pickoffs for OG. Hammer on that tower shortly, so will be a lot of damage. Kadaro tried to get the interrupt, does not quite connect, does get a disruption. There's the blink, the roar in from Shad. In comes Stormstormer, able to get away for now. The X, the boat, neither of them really connecting, but a full duration shackles on the Stormstormer. Gets force-fed a tier 3 Lotus. Stormstormer's back into fighting action. Hellscream in some trouble, though. Foul play buys him a second, but it's not enough. And Divine Llama in trouble. So is Skem. Vortex pulls him back. It's going to be a bloodbath for Shopify. They're going to lose 3. Shad gets the double kill.
We could see the Ags build, which is very good versus the Terrorblade. We could see Hex. Might be slowed down here as he gets found by Shad and killed off very quickly. But I'm telling you, later on, could still get those items to scare him.
Finally get it. Atos into the Gleipnir. Forced to defensively disrupt. Now that will mean they can grab him with a tidal wave pullback from Hellscream. They get the kill. Now, here comes the rest of the team. Stormstormer in Coddle. He pops the ult. He's going to start pulling his allies into the fight. It's going to be Shad to join them. Stone Gaze is out. Will buy them a moment of space as they get the Hex. Turn around the Gleipnir onto the Storm. They get the kill. Yamato here on the Morphling as well. Shad's going to be forced to BKB and run. That will be an end to this fight, but a good turn of events there from Shopify. Not only
and because of that, the gold lead stays mostly the same. The next big opportunity is the potential respawning of the Roche. Mana burn on the Medusa is so effective there.
He did not get the Ghost Scepter off. He had time for that.
Shopify will be hard-pressed to contest it without their Medusa. And it will spawn soon, actually, as long as they have something watching it. Stick a boar in there, or just keep using Shadow Poison. Unless you lose the support beforehand.
That's a really big kill. Keeper of the Light has been so strong for the OG lineup, and he's dead for 50 seconds now. Essential for this game. We'll see what they can do with it. Now, Divine Llama just going to put his body right on the front line, try and block them from getting towards the pit. The tidal wave off the mark. Storm Spirit's going to go in, doesn't get the Aegis. Divine Llama's going to pop the ult. That is just a disengage here from the side of OG. They get what they want.
Really good on Divine Llama. Oh, they're not done
Shad?
yet.
They go in with this roar. Yopaj tanky gets the boat off. He's going to do his best with the tidal wave to bring them in. The Storm Spirit gets saved by the disruption. Kadaro, though, chewed up by this Morphling here once again. A 1-for-1 trade, but a big win for OG if they can get out. Reflection from Tomato. Is he going to be able to use it? He does. Tries to chase aggressively here, but he's just surrounded by OG that will just be his Aegis. The Blink in, the Hex, the Gleipnir onto 3. There's a big Meteor Hammer. It's going to connect. Shad in some trouble. Sunder out from Mixa will give him some life, but Stormstormer is just having free reign on this fight as well. They overextend on Shopify, thinking they had the damage, and it might cost them dearly. It's not going to make it in time. Divine Llama will be fine. So they are continuing to apply pressure mid. I think right now they need to leave. Yeah, Kunkka is super dead. That's a really costly death. It's hard to say which team actually pushes faster. Yeah, okay, so they're going to back away. Yeah, with Hellscream here on the Shadow Shaman, that might be too much.
The thing is, you can do this and then immediately come back because you do have the Keeper still on the map, so you can just recall everybody in. Hellscream. Do they have detection?
They have a gem. Shad finds him. Okay. Stake.com odds updated here, 1.75 for Shopify, 1.95 for OG. That's going to swing back real fast here based off that kill. Now, maybe they can get Terrorblade, but X comes out. There's just no way. They don't have the damage for this.
You need the Morphling's damage when he copies the Terrorblade. Without him, you're just gonna have to step back.
They need this Medusa to start scaling. He's got a Lincoln's, which is really nice. Gets the Ghost Scepter. There's gonna be the Roar. It will buy some time, but he has no Stone Gaze, so he's not surviving this one. Divine Llama dead first on the backside. They get the Roar. Now onto Kunkka. This is a disaster. This might just be a full lane of barracks, maybe multiple, as Skem dies without buyback. Is this game actually? Did the game just end?
That one fight jumps them up to a 15k lead at 33 minutes. And suddenly OG gonna breathe a big sigh of relief that they finally find what they've been looking for this whole game. And maybe one more kill for the road.
Hellscream. Storm Spirit left. He's like, you got it, buddy. Don't worry about it. He's like, all right, I'm on my way back. Now out of mana. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this is actually happening. This is so much space. So, here's the thing. You do finish the Butterfly here on the Morphling. That's a big pickup. Now, Smoke's going to pop. They just got to go up there. I don't know who's going to do it, but someone has to go up there. They're just going to lose Yopaj at the start of the fight. No BKB comes out from him. Shad just deleting the Shadow Shaman as well as this Tinker. This game looking all but impossible for the side of Shopify as well. Morphling got one shot. Actually one shot. He was morphing to agility and got popped. So that is game 5 dead. OG absolutely dominate here in game number 2 off the back of this Coddle. I don't know what it's actually called. I call it the
sorry. Yeah. Time dilation to the W, yeah.
Yeah, it's like his time dilation W owns this game, right? So it's like there's some idea.
Meta-wise, he's just not been the strongest, and that's just where I'm unsure going into this game. But I'm very excited to see it. It's not one we usually get to. He does have the Jakiro on his team, one of the strongest 5s in the game, to try to get him through this early game where he's still weak.
Oh, that is not the shards you were looking for. First Blood's going to go to Skem, and Mixa is actually in trouble as well. Just needs a couple more auto attacks. Yamato won't finish the job. He has 7 wand charges, but that is a nice find here in this top lane. Water Rune. Gonna get stolen here, and yeah, that's an easy kill onto Yopaj. He's struggling in this mid lane now. See if Skem can finish the job. He does. Gets the kill onto Daze. Does have a mana to play around now. That Hellscream is here.
But change there. Hits the 2 creeps instead of the Pango.
He's got a little bit of mana there. He's gonna lose his ward on the top side. Now Skem is coming in. They're baiting this one. You're going to have Sleepwalk. He does have Searing Chains, plus a double hit Sleight of Fist onto the Pango. That's a really big punish. Shopify. Stake.com odds have these at 2.6 for OG, 1.45 for Shopify. The Shard block, but Yopaj will still get in range. And they're going to try and just put a little bit of damage into Tusk. No dives coming their way. I say that. Snowball does come out. The Rolling Thunder as well onto Skem. He's going to try and get some help here. Gets bonked to the high ground. Has a Nightmare in one. He can dodge this for sure if he feels like he needs to. Searing Chains now onto Stormstormer. He can swashbuckle up. Sleepwalks him back. And with the Ember Spirit, he's got a regen running, and he gets to the other side of the shards. He's stuck. Oh, man. I was not joking when I said you could sleepwalk over the shards. That is not the way I expected it to go, though.
For the Wisdom Rune steal. Shad's coming over. He's just short of level 6, though. Yeah, I don't know how much he can contribute because of that.
They actually wake up the Darkseer and just kill him immediately. And with Shad being here, I don't know what he's going to be able to accomplish. They could... Oh, he just gets level 6. I think when he sees that, he immediately bails out on the Ember Spirit. They're going to Chronosphere here onto the Morphling, and they get the kill. Tomato, I saw it, just laughing as he dies.
The lockdown, so he used Ice Path and stole the kill. 50 damage kill there.
They're going to try and TP. They're not going to let you. Going for Kadaro here on the Jakiro. They let them Faceless Void go through the gate, but Yamato will claim this kill. Bottom lane, I hear Rolling Thunder. Yeah, with the time dilation, but Timber Chain's away. Snowball to cancel the TP out. Divine Llama not making it out of this one. Very nice kill. And a great rotation in from OG. Looks like they want to fight, though. They're bringing in Ember Spirit. Yeah, wait, where'd the chains go?
I think he turned the tree just as the chains went, so he didn't have vision. That could have been a kill otherwise.
It's a shield rune, but time dilation is causing way too many issues. Okay, now you're in trouble. Chains will be able to claim the Tusk. This is why Coddle with Ember Spirit is equally as scary as the Storm. You want to go 4-4-0 and play. That was weird. He teleported over there mid-slide of Fist and ended up on the other hero. Bottom lane, Divine Llama trying to get away, but way too much magic damage to burn him down. 4 points time dilation on Shad. Like I said, it's a really good time dilation game. I wasn't expecting him to max this ability, but clearly he feels comfortable doing so. Big dives here in the mid lane. Fiend's Grip will catch the Pangolier. Searing Chains to follow. He's dead.
Coming and swinging in this game for most of the lanes. The Timber, which we thought was going to be a cool pick, struggling right now into, that surprise Faceless Void. But the other heroes, as we see, Yopaj especially, having a good time running down
heroes. He's got
heroes.
Ion Shell Surge from the Morphling. There's going to be a nice chrono, though. Blinding Light might be able to save him. Yopaj, he's dead. That's a big kill and an overcommitment from him, and he'll use that to disengage. Smoked up, however, Shopify looking for an opening. There's going to be the Nightmare. In comes the Ember. They have Searing Chains. They have Fiend's Grip. There's just no possible way of getting out. Potentially looking for more here, as they actually bring in the Morphling. Slight Chains in one, up onto the high ground. He gets the Rolling Thunder off. Nice use of that from Stormstormer. He should be fine. Question is the Tusk fine? He's going to snowball. Yamato with the chase. Gets the kill. Now looking for the tower. Kill threat on these guys. Wow. Those odds updating here from Stake.com. 10 for OG. 1.02 for Shopify. Slight Chain's going to connect. He has the Yules here to hold him down if he wants. Nope, they don't even need it. Divine Llama gets the kill. So normally with Coddles, you see the Holy Lock. He's also rushed a Yule Scepter this game. They're going to go for the Chrono here into Divine Llama. Oh, he gets the Chakram off. They could potentially bail him out with a Nightmare. Divine Llama, Yules into the Timber Chain away. Trying to get some damage back, but really fortunate bash there in Skem. However, Fiend's Grip, they kill the Faceless Void in exchange, and they almost kill Mixa.
If it hadn't been for the bash right there, Divine Llama also would have gotten out. Yeah. I mean, that's how hard it is when you're 11k behind. 4 heroes struggle to kill one top, and that actually gives space for the mid lane to get another kill onto the Pangolier.
That was such a nice Nightmare onto the Faceless Void. Like you said, if it came out just a fraction of a second sooner, that would have been huge, but topside, Hellscream relocates in Yopaj. They're going to get themselves another kill. onto this Jakiro.
Do it, Scam.
Sleight
You know
of
you want to
fist.
take it. Then it would have worked. Maybe he needs to buy it for himself after the Holy Locket.
Another sleepwalk top. Looks like they're actually going to try and maybe contest this on OG. They're nearby. Oh,
This is a board kill for the most part. Yopaj
Okay.
with the chains, but
him to take Roshan. So they
She's
bottled
soloing
up,
it.
give it to him, and yeah, he's going to get a Rosh. Stormstormer bottom lane is out of mana. He is out of spells. He has no TP. That is another kill. And
Hellscream recalls himself just in time to steal that kill.
he's like, I don't mind if I do. Yeah. Days here on the tusk, just try his best to farm, but he's gonna get found once again. Morphling quickly deletes him. I mean, you're just playing for scraps at this point on OG. Skem finds the Darkseer, has a Fiend's Grip. Where's the Coddle and the rest of the team? We'll see. The Fiend's Grip comes out, and it comes to Vailama. There's the Keeper of the Light. And he gets himself another kill. You mentioned this earlier. If very good stuff from the side of Shopify is a Yule set up here onto the Pango, a Sleepwalk. Oh, they actually wake him up by mistake. I say that Ember's coming. Shad, you need to run, buddy. Rolling Thunder. Sleight of Fist will dodge it. Remnants on aggressively, then down to the low ground. They do catch him in the Ice Path, but they haven't connected on anything here from OG. They need to be careful of the Chronosphere, but Yamato's going to chase Shad instead. Faceless Void versus Faceless Void. I think the Morph might be a little bit stronger. Pops the Manta, chasing after Days. Nice Ice Shards, though. Waveforms on aggressively as they're continuing to chase. Days going to be cut off here by Vailama, forced to pop the Snowball. And Days not going to survive. What a chains onto the high ground, finding two. They just go right through Mixa. 3 dead as Shopify just chasing him to the ends of the earth.
And
Oh,
what's
boy.
the dream combo? Vacuum Wall, Chrono, Macro Pyre, and then the roll. So these kind of pickoffs, way safer, way easier. No real risk of throwing.
Well, I mean, Shad is here, but they're just going to keep messing with Stormstormer. He does manage to get the Rolling Thunder off. Jakiro's dying elsewhere, but Coddle keeps recalling in allies. There's the Fiend's Grip. Chains. Shad's like, I want out, baby. I don't want to be here. Yules to interrupt his channel through the Twin Gate. Do they have a Yules? No, not in time. Not in range.
You just blink, Nightmare save your teammate, Fiend script the Faceless, and there's not going to be a whole bunch OG can do. Because you might be able to stop the Fiend script, but you need complete freedom to get kills. So any interruption is probably costing you the kills. I mean, you're being dove here under your tier 3, and Shopify just does not care.
Absolutely no answers to him. He's just shrugging his shoulders like, yeah, what are they going to do, you know?
His hands are off
Fortify,
the
I'm
keyboard.
hitting building.
Say click down.
Yules. Coddle, he's going to die.
Is he?
He should die, but he actually had a Lotus. Now he has a Blinding Light if he really needs it. Skem doesn't actually quite have the Fiend's Grip quite yet, but Shad is just dead. Yopaj beats him down. Yamato inside the enemy base. His Aegis gets reclaimed here. And Divine Llama, hold on. Is he caught out or is he baiting OG? It's hard to tell. Yamato's role-playing the Jakiro now from
Oh my
downtown
God.
with the double strikes. That is hilarious. He's doing so much damage. Look at him go, man. What is this?
This is awesome. This is the carry Jakiro build that everyone was hoping for. Maybe this is why he didn't take
Yeah.
Twin Terror.
Yeah.
I thought the
You
Icebreaker
actually might be right.
Icebreaker I thought was for the mobility heroes, but maybe he realized, yeah, like, I cannot give this to a Morphling.
They just bought back 5 heroes, and the most one-sided game we have seen so far.
You got
But it's just-
Chronosphere for a final defense
Yeah.
here.
Sure, but you have 3 Yule Scepters and an unkillable Timbersaw now who has an Aghanim Scepter. Like, who do you go on?
You need to wait for the Vacuum Wall. You need a Morphling illusion, and then you need to Chrono just the actual Morphling. That's
Bro.
That's step 1 of the 40-step plan.
Okay.
Ah, damn, there it goes.
40-step plan? Okay, the Chrono into GG, that's the classic. Jakiro Morphling, very funny. I'm happy we got to see that.